Good morning, students. We'll continue with the 11th standard economics, chapter 7, Indian economy. In that next topic is that contribution of Indian economic thinkers. In that first one is the Thiruvalluvar. So, according to him, first idea of him, the factor of production. The land, labor, capital, organization, time, technology, all this should be used correctly at the harvest time. Arvada time la correct use pannu. If you use that everything in a correct moment, means you can earn the profit. You can earn the wealth. Otherwise, if you do not do, means your wealth will be diminishes. So if you do correctly means your wealth won't be diminishes. உன்னுடைய wealth வந்து குறையாது அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. Next, agriculture. The plowman lives in the freedom as a means a person who do the agriculture, that person will be living as a freedom. He won't be living a life of a slave life, won't be there. So according to him, from all the occupation, agriculture only the superior to all the occupation. Next is a public finance. He explained how to create a revenue. That means tax எப்படி collect பண்றது, how to collect the tax, how to manage in the sense how to allot this tax to all the department, and how to spend this expenditure to all the department. Next, public expenditure. He gives the guidelines for the budget policy. He gave the idea. That means a budget should be a surplus one. முடிஞ்சா surplus இருக்கணும், அதிகமா income வரதா இருக்கணும். But it should never be a deficit. குறைஞ்ச இருக்கக்கூடாது. அதாவது செலவு அதிகமா income கம்மியா, the deficit இல்லையா. So that should not be there. And also he gave the guidelines to spend the money on defense and also public work, that social services. That means you can say schools, colleges, roads, sanitation, hospital, that water, everything will come under this. Next, external assistance. That means whatever the day-to-day activity we need, that we have to produce ourselves only. We should not depend upon for anything for the other country. If you are doing borrowing from other country, you cannot consider as a country at all. அப்ப நீ ஒரு நாடாவே கருத முடியாது. If you want everything means you produce yourself. அது விட்டுட்டு மற்ற country கிட்ட borrow பண்றதுன்னா you cannot be considered as a country அப்படின்னு இந்த திருவள்ளுவர் saying. Next, poverty and begging. So poverty and begging is a reason for all suffering, everlasting suffering. But in India, major people are living in poverty, begging, sleeping on the road, rack picking. Rack picking na kuppa porukrom. It's increasing. Next, wealth. Here, wealth not only an end, but earning wealth from a hoarding. That means, if you making an artificial scarcity, all the material you're hiding and keeping and making a scarcity of a food, in that you're earning money na, that money, that wealth is like a profitless richness. So according to him, industry is real wealth and labor are the real sources. Next, welfare. A country, how it should be welfare state, what are the qualities? First, it should not be poverty in that country. Illiterate should not be there. Perfect health should be there to all the citizens without disease. Good wealth and good crops should be there, and prosperity, happiness and security, safety for the people should be there. This is what Thiruvalluvar says. Next, we'll go for a Gandhiji. What Gandhiji says about economic ideas. So according to him, what he was telling is that the country which should be depend more on the agriculture. So India is a country which is depend mostly on the agriculture only, because most of the people are living in the villages only. So the economy is untrue, which ignores the moral values. எந்த economy வந்து moral values ignore பண்ணிட்டு அதை moral value இல்லாம அதை தவிர்த்து இருக்காங்கோ, that economy is called as untrue. That economy is untrue in the sense that the economy illa அப்படினு சொல்றார். So according to him, first one is village republic. As I said, India lives in the villages. Make all the villages should be self-sufficient. Whatever they need, and make them to produce themselves. So you oppose the use of machinery, urbanization, industrialization. Next, on missionary means you don't be thinking a welcoming missionary is a boon, it's a happy, it is a great, but it is a great sin. It is a curse for the human. இது பாவம் அப்படின்னு சொல்ற human being. Next, industrialization. So if a country totally depend upon industrialization means all the natural resources will be exploited. Natural resources எல்லாமே வந்து future generationக்கு கொடுக்காம எல்லாமே will started using. So we won't be thinking and we won't keep for the future generation. Next, decentralization. Dividing and giving the work to the small sectors. For example, car company is there. That car company needs bolts, nut, seat covers and all is there means that should be divided and giving to the small sector. Next, village Sarvodaya. Real India is found in the village. So make that villages should be self-sufficient. Basic need, what and all day-to-day activity needed, make them to produce themselves. Next is a bread labor. Bread labor in the sense, he believe in a God creates each individual to eat his bread. That means ஒரு மனிதனும் அவனே உழைச்சு சாப்பிடணும். So he encourage a manual labor, not a mission. Next, doctrine of trusteeship. That means in that you can see the egalitarian, EGALITARIN ஒரு word இருக்கும். That means believing that all the people have equal right. You himself believes but actually practically it is not true at all. So according to him, he says India explains casino and cranny capitalism அப்படின்னா சூதாட்டத்துக்கு துணை போற ஒரு கவர்மெண்ட் தான் we have experienced already. So we cannot trust it. Next, on food problem. On food problem means he was against food control. That means artificially creating a food scarcity means. But India is now biggest producer of and exporting of more of the food grains, fruits, vegetable, milk, egg and all to the other country. Next, on population. According to him, he favors, that means he accept the birth control of. That means be like he also given the remedy to avoid the overpopulation. Best according to him brahmacharya or a self-control he was telling. Next, prohibition. Use of a liquor is a disease. That means if you are using the liquor means that is a diseases. Liquor in the sense what drinks. That if you are using means that is a disease. According to him, India be like a better, be like a poor instead of having 1,000 drunkards. But in practically what is going on, all the states, many of the states depend upon the revenue for their revenue. They depend mostly on this liquor only. Now also corona time, all the taskmarks are open because they need a revenue from it. So that is fully opposite of a Gandhian economic ideas. Next, we'll go for the Jawaharlal Nehru, first Prime Minister of India, what he says about democracy and secularism. He was a firm believer of a democracy. That means free speech and liberty, and also believe in secularism. Secularism in the sense giving equal right to all the religions. Hinduism, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhs, from all that he was believing, give the equal rights to all religion. Next is the planning. He was a person responsible to introduce a planning in India. And he says the essence of planning is a must because we can use the resources or utilize the resources without wasting and we get a better a profit from the research. So far that planning is a must. And also he was believing in the research and technologies and always trust in the He was trust in the scientific temper. That means he believed in science and researches. Next, democratic socialism. So according to him, he lead the country the socialistic pattern of society with the democratic socialism. That means giving freedom he has adopted. Next we'll go for the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. According to him, he gave a main economic ideas. First one is a financial economy. From that, he divided finance into three stages like a Thiruvalluvar. Budget by assignment, how to create the budget. Budget by revenue, how to allot the budget. And budget by shared revenue means how to spend that revenue to all the departments. Next, agriculture economy. As I said, the small holding in a land is a main drawback. Fragmentation and subdivision. A father dividing and giving is 1 acre of land to the 4 sons. And the 4 sons will have other 4 sons. Next generation. Again that 1 acre, each one has having small land piece. That will be dividing. Subdividing, dividing means that small holding of land. If we keep on doing means we cannot use a modern technology in the farming, in the agriculture. That was a main drawback. Next, social of caste. That means caste is a main obstacle in India. Each individual has to give an equal right to choose his occupation. That means if a father is a cobbler, father வந்து ஒரு செருப்பு தைக்கிறவரா cobbler-ஆ அப்படி இருந்தாருன்னா, it doesn't mean that his son also should do same. Give him a good education, then make him to choose his occupation. So that's what he was telling. Next, we'll go for the economic socialism. According to him, he encouraged nationalization of all the industry. All the industry should be a public sector. And he also believed the collective farming. All the farming land should be owned by the government. Ella farming land, agricultural land, government then collectively do the farm. Government ellarkum odiki kodutha avanga agriculture pananum appdin. That's a collectively doing the agriculture. And he was according to him compulsory insurance to all the citizens. Next we'll go for the J.C. Kumarappa. So according to him, he strongly believed and supported Gandhian ideas. So he believes in non-violence and human dignity, and also he rejects the importance of material. That means he don't want to give importance to the missions. Only humans he want to give the importance. And also he was focused on to reduce unemployment and poverty. And he also worked as a professor in Gujarat and Ahmedabad. He served as an editor of Young India during Salt Satyagraha, and he also imprisoned during the Quit India movement. And historian Ramachandra Guha called him as a Green Gandhi. In one word around this one. Okay. Next I will go for the V.K.R.V. Rao. He was a person who analyzed the Indian economic problem by designing policies and programs. He was interested in 3 themes. One is a national income, and second is a food, nutrition, and creating employment. According to national income methodology means he was a student of a great economics J.M. Keynes, and also he was attempt with the national income which is suited for the creating national income which is applicable for the India and for the developing countries. And also he was worked with the concept of investment and multiply. Next is the support for a socialism. He supports the socialist India, and also a public sector industry should be give more importance so that they can dominate the role of development in the country. Next, Rao's view of industrialization. He has worked as a pamphlet. What is wrong with the Indian economy life? In the Indian economy, what is the problem of being to be a good developed country? What are the problems? He gave 3 problems suggested that he has discovered. You can say first one is subdivision and fragmentation. As I said before, father dividing land to his sons. சொத்து பிரித்து 4 பேருக்கும் கொடுப்பாருல்ல, அதுதான் சொல்கிறான். Next, second one is that low level of water for a crops. That means excess population. Next one, low level of water for the corporation, for the crops, and also excess of population. That means there is no water facility. There is no water facility for the good crops, and also excess population, and also absence of a large scale industries. Next is we'll go for the next, and also one more thing he was telling that people holding a gold in their hand, that means not interested to keep that investment for the productive purpose. Idle gold வீட்டிலே வச்சிட்டு இருக்கு. Next we'll go for the village cluster. Village cluster in the sense developed both by economic. Village should be developed both by economic and also socialist, so that it can increase the standard of living of a people. Next is a investment income multiplier. That means it is three of them is interrogated with each other. That means investment, made investment, then you can earn the income. If that income is earned, means you can multiply that income according to him. So, and also he was a founder of institutions. First, Delhi School of Economics, Institute of Economic Growth. These are the institute colleges opened for the economics by Delhi. It is both in Delhi. And third one is the Institute for the Social and Economic Change, that was in the Bangalore. Next we will go for the Amartya Kumar Sen. He was a Nobel Prize winner in the 1998. He also he has studied on the poverty and famine, and he gave a practical applied science of poverty and famine. He has original work on the angle of poverty. What is the meaning of poverty he is having. But practically, theoretically, he was gone with the slum areas and made the theological work, and that's what the original angle of a poverty, what he was saying. Next, poverty and inequality. He carried the work on poverty, inequality in India. That means the national income should be distributed equally to the below poverty line people. That should be taken. That national income is clearly reaching the below poverty line people ku correct ah poi serudha. So if it's not there, only they are become still in the poverty. And he has some research. Next, concept of capability. That means he believes in the Rawlsian primary school. That means Rawlsian primary school in the sense we can say that means right for liberty, opportunity, income, wealth, justice, all should be achieved for the well-being of a human. Or human on the good dark, all these qualities should. That's what he was believing the Rawlsian primary schools. Next, entitlement. That means health care, employment opportunity, it should be given equally to all the citizens. Medical facility also should be given to all the citizens. Next, a choice of techniques, all the sense choice of techniques you can say. So according to him, he has done the research on the labor surplus. So according to him, suddenly we cannot increase the employment opportunity by giving a modern technology. Means that the labor should be given a training, then only he can work in the machinery. Without the training, if you are giving, means we cannot produce a quality product. That's what he was telling. We cannot suddenly create an employment opportunity. So to be concluded, he was a person of a lover of a freedom. He believes in the humanist, and he was, according to me, says that you no need to pity on the poor people by giving a charitable hand, but instead of that one, give them empowerment. That means give a right for education, health, nutrition, gender equality for both male and female, and the safety. If we give all this, automatically they will empower by themselves. So these are the points of our economic thinkers of India. Up to that, we'll end with the lesson 7. Thank you.